I also remember once I heard speech of Mr. Chidambaram in one of the HR Congress, and he started his speech by saying that in every company, in HRD department, so he says that human resource development or is like, you know, basically the concept, there is some problem with it because you can't really make anyone develop. Development is a natural process. The only thing that you can do is that development which will happen naturally happens in a direction desired by the organization. That's the only direction can be controlled, not the development per se. And that is where he made a wonderful statement, and he said that, you know, everyone talks about bottlenecks in this and bottlenecks in this, but you should never forget that bottlenecks are always at the top of the bottle. They are never at the bottom of the bottle. So in terms of, it happens that sometimes people who are at the forefront can get confused, can get misdirected, then come back, and then again get directed. So it's not about the right formula. See, please understand, if anybody knew in this world what is the right formula, I mean, then that guy will be like a multi-billionaire. I mean, you know, in terms of he could just go and advise everyone that how do you have to just learn. There's no easy way. You have to make mistakes, you have to learn, you have to do it again, because, and that is where passion comes into the picture. I always tell all my people that Judith, with all her knowledge, with all her experience, that's obviously there. But one thing that we should all learn from her is energy. People 1/4 of her age in India today would probably be at least only 25% as energetic as she is. It requires that kind of thing for passion, that kind of commitment to yourself. It's not about how much money you will make, it's not about, it will happen automatically. My father always taught me that whenever you do anything, as long as you will do it to make money, money will never come. You have to do it because you want to do it, you have to do it for your passion, money will automatically come. But if you do it for money, it won't come. So, it requires learning, relearning, that's the poem that I recited, and then you hope that now what you have learned, where you have reached, is the right direction. Judith always tells me, and of course in her material is also there, mastery before momentum. And I always tell her that you have to keep striking a balance between the both. Because in a country like India, also what happens is that you start something new, and as you are moving forward, suddenly 100 people will jump into it. And when 100 people will jump into it, and after 1 year, 99 won't be there. But what will happen in that 1 year is that they will spoil the market. So what you need to do when you start something, within the first 6 months, you need to create entry barrier so high that many other people will not think of entering that. But eventually, it will require many other people to enter it, because that is when industry will grow. It's just that when many people enter in the initial stage, that it gets misdirected. So there is a lot of learning. Now IMPA has been formed. It will need all your support. We will need all your support in terms of taking it further. It's a huge cause. Whenever I go to any batch in the institute, I always tell people that for the first 5 years at least, anybody who joins any program that we offer, if you think that you are joining this program as a student, it's not going to work. You have to think that you are joining a revolution. And if you join a revolution, my friend, you have to behave like a revolutionary. And a revolutionary has, wrong or right, passion, dedication, and most importantly, belief in what they are doing. If you have belief, I have always believed in one thing since childhood, and as Judith again keeps telling, always consistency. That even if you are doing something wrong, but if you do it consistently wrong, it eventually becomes right. So consistency is one of the most important things. The point is, now the time has come. If you honestly ask me, the industry is taking shape now. What has happened in the last 3 years is basically hits and trials and misses and meeting the mark and targets in terms of the concept that one wanted to promote. So now, let me also tell you that this is now not a one-time event. This is now going to be there each year, either in December or January. This is something which we need to fix, and you will have several distinguished speakers, board members coming each year. But with this conference today, we wanted to mark our arrival in terms of as an image management professional association, and we will talk a little bit about it now. The role of IMPA is to educate the image management industry. It's to facilitate the industry, regulate the industry in terms of code of ethics, in terms of good practices, in terms of even making sure that the end client is happy of the services that they got based on from one of the professionals who is a certified professional or a member of IMPA, and of course to integrate the industry. So related elements of image, if there are other associations plus other associations in image management worldwide, IMPA will look towards integrating them. In fact, we have already started that work. It's just that as it happened when we launched the institute, now when we launched IMPA, it's going to take some time before people start believing in what we are saying. But as they start believing in what we are saying, this integration with other bodies around the world will become easier. The vision of IMPA is to become the platform for image management professionals in the Indian subcontinent and Middle East. So let me also mention here, the work area of IMPA is not only India, it's the Indian subcontinent and also the Middle East, where we are. In fact, it's my dream, and it's not such a big dream also, I can easily see it happening, that maybe 2 years down the line, we could have this conference in Dubai, because that is also going to be a place, I mean, where IMPA will have its own certifications and things like that. And to help them bring out their potential in helping their clients to enhance their image for a better and more rewarding personal, professional, and social life. And of course, we will talk a lot more about it towards the end of the conference, where we will announce several initiatives that IMPA has already embarked upon, and all of you will need to participate in them to make them successful. The mission is to promote the profession of image consulting, provide for continual professional development, and provide a benchmark for the highest standards of service in the profession. This is what the vision and mission of IMPA is. And I would also like to mention here my personal vision as a director of IMPA. And I can tell you now, it's going to happen. The only thing I cannot tell you is that whether I will be able to announce it in the next conference or the one after that. Soon, IMPA, in terms of number of members, in terms of the activities undertaken to promote the industry, is going to become the biggest association in image management in the world. And it is going to happen for sure. As I said, the only thing that I am not sure about is that whether it will happen next year or whether it will happen in 2015, I mean the year after. We are just towards the end of 2012 now. What I would also like to do at this stage, would quickly like to introduce you to various office bearers of IMPA, so that you know them, you might have seen them, but just for your information. So during the break, if you want to have any interaction with them in terms of understanding what is going to happen and how we are going to move forward and things like that. So of course, we already know Judith, the chairperson of the association. I am the director of the association. Ashutosh, who is sitting here, and he will of course be introduced properly later. But Ashutosh has been a core member of our team right from beginning. The entire technology, web support, business ideas, several things he's been responsible for. He's also a director in IMPA. Suman is the president of the association. We have several other board members who are not here today, but you will be able to see them on where they are distinguished in their profession around the world.